dive into the world where political strategy meets epic anime showdowns. Today, we're exploring the top 10 reasons why Nick Fuentes telling groypers in Michigan not to vote for Trump is strikingly similar to some of the most intense and strategic moments in anime history. I'm your host Mitsuri, and in today's video, we'll break down how Nick's bold moves in the political arena mirror the cunning plans and high-stakes decisions of iconic anime characters. Strap in, because this is going to be a wild and insightful ride. Number 10. Strategic importance of Michigan. Michigan is a crucial swing state in American politics, much like the strategic importance of Marineford in One Piece. Just as Marineford was the center of a pivotal battle that could determine the fate of the world's strongest pirates, Michigan holds the power to sway the entire election. Nick Fuentes understands that winning or losing Michigan could make or break Trump's chances of victory, which is why he's focusing his efforts there. In One Piece, the battle at Marineford was a do-or-die situation, with the future of the pirate era hanging in the balance. Similarly, the battle for Michigan is critical, as it could determine the outcome of the entire election. Nick's decision to target this key state shows his understanding of its importance, just as the pirates knew that Marineford was the place where their fates would be decided. Number 9. Nick Fuentes as a strategic leader. Nick Fuentes can be compared to Light Yagami from Death Note, a brilliant leader who uses his intellect and strategic thinking to influence the world around him. Just as Light carefully orchestrates his moves to achieve his goals, Nick is strategically advising groypers not to vote for Trump in Michigan as a way to force the campaign to shift more right-wing. Both leaders are willing to take bold, calculated risks to achieve their larger objectives. In Death Note, Light's ability to outmaneuver his opponents and anticipate their moves is key to his success, much like how Nick is using his influence and strategic insight to pressure Trump's campaign. Both figures understand the power of strategy and the importance of making calculated decisions to achieve their goals, even when those decisions involve significant risks. Number 8. The groypers as loyal followers. The groypers following Nick's lead are similar to the followers of Lelouch v. Britannia in Code Geass. Lelouch's Black Knights were deeply loyal to him, trusting his judgment even when his decisions seemed extreme. In the same way, groypers are heeding Nick's call not to vote for Trump in Michigan, believing that this strategy will ultimately lead to a stronger, more right-wing campaign. In Code Geass, Lelouch's followers believed in his vision and were willing to take drastic actions to achieve their goals. The groypers' loyalty to Nick mirrors this, as they trust that his plan will bring about the changes needed to secure Trump's victory in a way that aligns with their values. Both groups are united by their unwavering belief in their leader's strategic vision. Number 7. A forbidden technique as a last resort. Nick's call for groypers not to vote for Trump in Michigan is akin to a character in an anime using a forbidden technique as a last resort, such as when Naruto unleashes the full power of the Nine Tails in Naruto Shippuden. Just as using the Nine Tails comes with great risk but also immense power, Nick's strategy is a risky move that could either force Trump to become more right-wing or backfire. In Naruto Shippuden, Naruto's decision to unleash the Nine Tails is a desperate measure taken in the face of overwhelming odds. Similarly, Nick's Michigan strategy is a bold and risky move, intended to push Trump into making significant changes. Both actions are driven by the belief that extreme situations call for extreme measures, even when the outcomes are uncertain. Number 6. Trump complying with Nick's demands. If Trump is forced to comply with Nick's demands because of the Michigan strategy, it would be similar to how Vegeta eventually acknowledges Goku's strength and agrees to fuse with him in Dragon Ball Z during their battle against Majin Buu. Initially resistant, Vegeta realizes that joining forces with Goku is the only way to win. Similarly, Trump may have to recognize the influence of Nick and the groypers to secure victory. In Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta's decision to fuse with Goku shows that even the most powerful characters sometimes need to listen to others to achieve their goals. Trump may find himself in a similar position, where he has to align with Nick's vision to regain the trust and support of his base. This comparison highlights the importance of adaptability and recognizing when to make necessary concessions. Number 5. Nick's creative strategy. Nick Fuentes' creative approach to the Michigan situation is reminiscent of Shikamaru Nara from Naruto, a character known for his brilliant and unconventional strategies. Shikamaru often turns the tide of battle with his unique and innovative plans, much like how Nick is using an unexpected strategy to pressure Trump's campaign into shifting rightward. In Naruto, Shikamaru's ability to outthink his opponents often leads to victory against seemingly insurmountable odds. Nick's Michigan strategy, while risky, shows a similar level of creativity and strategic thinking. Both Nick and Shikamaru understand that sometimes the best way to win is to think outside the box and use unconventional tactics. Number 4. Challenging the status quo. Nick's bold move to challenge Trump's campaign in Michigan can be likened to Erwin Smith's charge in Attack on Titan. Erwin led a seemingly hopeless charge against the Beast Titan, knowing that it was the only way to force a breakthrough. Nick's decision to withhold votes in Michigan is similarly daring, a move that goes against the grain in order to push for change. In Attack on Titan, Erwin's charge was a pivotal moment that demonstrated the power of sacrifice and the willingness to take risks for the greater good. Nick's strategy in Michigan is a calculated risk aimed at shaking up the status quo and forcing the Trump campaign to take the concerns of its base more seriously. Both actions highlight the importance of bold leadership in times of crisis. Number 3. Standing up against powerful forces. Nick's decision to go against the Trump campaign's current direction is reminiscent of the Straw Hat Pirates in One Piece standing up to the world government. The Straw Hats knew they were up against a powerful and seemingly unbeatable force, but they stood their ground to fight for their beliefs. Similarly, Nick is challenging the powerful forces within Trump's campaign, pushing for a return to true America First principles. In One Piece, the Straw Hats' defiance of the world government was a turning point that solidified their status as true rebels and heroes. Nick's actions in Michigan could similarly mark a turning point for the America First movement, showing that they are willing to stand up against even the most powerful influences to stay true to their ideals. Both stories are about fighting for what's right, even when the odds are stacked against you. Number 2. The RNC's next move. If the RNC fails to recognize Nick Fuentes' influence and doesn't hire him to lead the campaign after this stunt, they could be making a grave mistake, much like when the leaders in Naruto ignored the warnings about the Akatsuki until it was too late. The Akatsuki's growing power was underestimated, leading to catastrophic consequences. Similarly, underestimating Nick's impact could lead to a significant loss for the campaign. In Naruto, the failure to take the Akatsuki seriously resulted in devastating battles and losses. If the RNC doesn't act on the clear message being sent by Nick's Michigan strategy, they could find themselves unprepared for the fallout, much like the villages in Naruto were unprepared for the Akatsuki's full force. This comparison underscores the importance of recognizing and responding to emerging threats before they become too powerful to manage. Number 1. Nick's true intentions. At the heart of Nick Fuentes' strategy is a genuine desire to see Trump succeed and return to the strong right-wing stances that originally made his campaign a success. This is similar to Itachi Uchiha's actions in Naruto, where he makes difficult and seemingly harsh decisions out of love for his brother and his village. Nick's call for groypers to withhold their votes in Michigan isn't out of malice, but out of a deep commitment to ensuring Trump's victory in the way that best serves America First principles. In Naruto, Itachi's actions were misunderstood by many, but they were ultimately revealed to be driven by love and a desire to protect. Nick's strategy in Michigan, while controversial, is similarly rooted in a desire to see Trump return to the strong principled leadership that first inspired the America First movement. This comparison highlights the complexity of Nick's actions and the genuine care behind his tough love approach. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the parallels between Nick Fuentes' Michigan strategy and legendary anime moments. Just like in anime, where bold moves can change the course of a battle, Nick's tactics could have a huge impact on Trump's campaign. We'll keep you updated with more videos as Nick's plans for Michigan unfold, so stay tuned for more insights where politics and anime collide. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep thinking critically and stay engaged!